Ahoy hardcore gamers and welcome back to Warhammer Return of Reckoning as I play through tier 1 as a Marauder. In this episode I make my way through the back end of tier 1, working on level 13 and 14. Towards the end of this video I actually get to level 14 itself, so I haven't finished tier 1 but I'm very close. I've done a good number of scenarios this episode. With my intention of continuing to do scenarios all the way up until level 16 where I get kicked out of tier 1 and straight into tier 2/4. So without further ado, let's watch Rothmers do a bit of stomping. And we are straight back. So last video, I essentially stopped at that, joined this fight in Nordland. So I'm just going to continue this on into the next video. It's a bit of a tease. I do apologise that there was a bit of content. I just kept you from the content. But we are a lot stronger now. We've done essentially made a new Marauder in the last episode. And now this episode we are relatively well geared for tier 1. We're level 9. Tier 1 goes up to level 17/18 I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. So we're relatively well geared for this at the moment, and we are just going to continue to fight our way through tier 1. Hopefully this video will be towards the end of tier 1, and then the next video hopefully will be us at the very end of tier 1 pushing into tier 2, because I'm quite looking forward. I did steal that guy's supply crate as well. A bit sad. I do feel sorry for him, but he should have been quicker. Yeah, so that's how I kind of want to run these videos, kind of do a big chunk rather than just showing every single scenario, showing every single fight. I'll show bits of content as I make my way through, because I know that the push from tier, or as soon as I get out of tier 1, it's gonna drag out quite a lot. So a lot of content from tier 1 will be just doing scenarios over and over, me doing some PvE, doing some PvP, doing some dungeons. So this beginning part should be relatively, I say action-packed, but it's just going to be me showing clips of when I get into combat. And as you can see here, I keep gesturing at my screen. I'm going to waffle here. I've redone my essentially my office, and I've got I now have my monitor mounted on the wall. Really cool. But I keep now gesturing at my monitor as if you guys can see it, and I'm just losing my mind because I keep pointing at the screen. I'm probably going to die here because I've overextended and I've got no healers. And that's, yeah, okay. I expected that. I was too busy talking about my monitor, which none of you can see what I've done to my office, so it doesn't really matter what I've done to my monitor, does it? We'll jump back in. I'll be doing a bit of this for a bit. Keep saying for a bit. We'll be doing this, and we'll be jumping back and forth between this and scenarios, hopefully, because we're almost level 10. Hopefully we can get some content in while we level up. So we're now back. This could be interesting. We have a few people here, but I don't think there's enough to push. Well, I'm pushing anyway. There's no healer still. Maybe I can pop a heal to keep myself going. No, okay. Fortunately, it's the way the cookie crumbles. No healer. You do tend to die a fair bit, especially if you do a push like that on my own fault. Again, hopefully I don't start doing a death compilation of me dying and not really showing any content, because that will be pretty sad. But it's probably going to happen quite often. I am trying to push for the influence reward. That's why I'm kind of doing this as much as I can. And teleport to Harvest Shrine, see what's here. Okay, there's nothing here. Yes, I do want this tier 1 weapon reward, which means I don't need to pay for the other weapon rewards. I'm 2 crests away from it. The DPS is minor of a drop, because then I can start spending these war crests. 1, saving them for my tier 2 gear, and 2, I can buy better potions with them. A shame I didn't manage to record that. So I got to level 10. We just captured the zone. I got to level 10 before capturing the zone. But that gave me 21 war crests from capturing that zone, which is great. I already had the influence reward. I actually had died, that's why I wasn't actually in the PvP area. Once again I pushed and I just didn't quite make it. But we pushed them off the flag and we captured the flag, therefore we capped it and capped the zone. You see down here, once we get to 100%, if you own all the flags, you win, or you capture the zone. So this is how it works in tier 1. So now I can buy... That's not what I'm looking for, I'm looking for the weapons. So now I can buy the... Yes, which is the DPS version. And I can equip that. So I've now got both a good DPS on hand and off hand, which is ideal. Got 20 left, 20 credits left. So I'll buy 2 lots of these potions. It means I can sell these potions. They're not as good. Sell all this as well. I have no use for them. And now that's all sold. I'll put these potions onto my bar. Probably would forget about them and never use them, but they're there just in case. And now I can save up my war crests ready for moving on to the next tier. As we can see, Mount Bloodhorn in Ekrund is now contested. It's the kind of the next place for us to go. So I may as well go there and help out. We'll see if the Order have moved there as well, to see if there's going to be some good fights. While I'm here, I may as well explain these. So, in each of the WvW zones, there's these lairs, which essentially are little PvE, like mini bosses, which you can do. Normally, it does require a party to do. They're not too difficult, but in each zone you have a quest. Some zones, like the later tiers, will have an entire kind of like quest chain, but in tier 1 you get these quests called Hunters of certain areas. So the one for this area is Hunters of the Blighted Isle, because we're in the Blighted Isle. And all you have to do is... Oh, I've got aggro. I just kind of need to just chill out for a second here. Do my D-taunt. And he's not taking aggro, it's fine. So you kill these mobs. These mobs actually have a chance to drop really good cosmetic items. And unfortunately I didn't get one, so pass those. But they have a chance to drop really good cosmetic items. That's some of the best looking items in the game, in my opinion. At least for like helmets for early game. But once you kill the mob, you also then have to go and kill a few enemies, which is fine. For the Dark Elf, for this area, you need to... Dark Elf, you need to kill the Dark Elves. I think you need to kill 15 Dark Elves and kill the boss. The Dwarf one, you need to kill 15 Dwarf players within Tier 1 zones and then kill the boss. And same as the Camilla, kill 15 enemies and then the Tier 1 boss as well. The actual rewards for the quest, they give you a relatively good drop. So if you can't do any PvE or PvP for some reason, or you just want some melee crit chance for your melee DPS, you can just do that. And if you do that you will do this quest. They're all harmless, really quick to do. Once you do the quest, you can then just hand them in and you get a free set item. I'm not sure whether the set items also count as wards, but they're there at least in the game. And I don't think I wanted to fly here. A little bit far away. When I land next, I'll show where on the map all of the lairs are. So the lair for the dwarf is in Ekrund, and here it is in the map. So you kind of have to follow this path up, and you can find a little path going to the north towards the mountain. If you go to the flight camp, you've got this cave here. This cave will take you directly from Mount Bloodhorn, Bloodhorn straight to Ekrund. Then in Ekrund, you just head north. It's just there. And then in the elf area, although I came from there, I'll show that anyway. It's in the Blighted Isle. It's just here in the north part of the Blighted Isle. And then for the human empire tier, It is in Norska. And it's this just here. So you essentially go around to the west of this isle, just where this little cove is. You'll see a little door. You just go in the door and there's the boss. So if you're struggling with gear or you just want to do something interesting, it's just an extra optional boss you can do. So here we go. Into Old Dwarf Road. Joined halfway through a scenario. Like I've been joining most of these ones this evening quite late. I've been doing a couple of scenarios, but I made a mistake with my recording, so I wasn't able to keep any of the recordings. We did about 3 scenarios, won them, got to level 13. As you can see, my UI is very different now. I guess Iron Breaker, leave that Iron Breaker alone. Yeah, my UI is very different now. I decided to change it up a little bit, just because this looks better and it flows better with some PvP. So it shows me all the details and all the things I need to know about the enemy when I'm above their head. So I can kind of concentrate about what I need to do. There we go, Slayer's down. That Witch Hunter's run away. And now he's gone invisible. So I'm going to be focused by that Witch Hunter. There is a healer, 2 healers that aren't actually doing anything good. That's what I like to see. They're too busy running around rather than healing. Yeah. Okay. So I joined late and I'm near enough already top on damage on my team. Let's see if I can get in and give these guys a hand. Who's guarding who? Okay, I've got a guard. Fine. Who is my guard? I don't know who's guarding me. I need to probably get a plug-in or an add-on which tells me who's guarding me. That'd be really useful. Just snare that guy down. Don't want to stay in this stance. Bloody Edge, can't use that. Aim for this Witch Hunter, that's my priority. He's trying to run away. Mayo's aim for this Knight of the Blazing Sun. Okay, he's going to run away. I'm going to aim for this guy. It's Archmage. I have got my morale ready. See if I can get him slightly lower health. Delete. Okay, Slayer's going to get pounded. This. Oh. Okay, I was going to go for this Engineer, but it's quite close to their spawn. Without support, I will just get bombarded. However, just like this Shadow Warrior, without support, he's going to get bombarded. Okay, and he has... And he's going to... Oh, I hate Shadow Warriors with a passion. They can run away and continue to shoot you. Absolute stupid class. Can't be rooted or knocked back, but fine. Single heal would be nice for my team. There is a shaman there, but nothing from the shaman. I might as well just try and pound on this Knight of the Blazing Sun. He's probably going to attack me. I've got low health. Finally got a hot or a heal from the shaman. I can hear fighting, but I can't see the fighting. It's always a good sign. I'm going to let that Engineer run. See if I can get all my damage over time on this Archmage, like that. It's a bummer. His name is actually called Bummer as well, which also ties in. The Iron Breaker did a good job and he actually snared me, so I couldn't keep on him. However, I just dropped my morale on him. His health has just dropped considerably. Yeah, that Iron Breaker did well. He snared as many people as he could. There's Rune Priest. You just see him running. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to... Come on. Hello, buddy. He's not going to have much of a chance. Witch Hunter did a lot of good. And of course he goes invisible. However, I have got a AoE skill which has a chance to knock invisible units out of invisibility. But I've just seen him, he's over there. Okay, they've just ganked the shaman. We don't have the numbers here to take on all those on. If I can get to that Shadow Warrior, he's dead. Like so. And of course they have a skill that helps them get away. I'll just take out the Witch Hunter instead then, shall I? Or finish the match. So I joined midway through, halfway through. Death blows and damage, top of the scoreboard. I thought I was still being shot at. So quite a good quick scenario, that one. I'm going to leave this and jump straight back into the next scenario. It's not late at night, but it's getting there. So I think scenarios are probably the only good content I can get at the moment. So see you in the next one. Here we go. Here's another scenario. Annoyingly, I dismantled myself just as I clicked my record button. This is called the Blood of the Black Khan. So I think this is like a dominate, kind of like a conquest. You push the first objective, capture the second objective, and then you have to push the last objectives, or hold the second objective in the middle. I don't think you can capture the next objective until you capture the previous ones. Makes sense. Somehow the zealot's over there, quite far away. It's not even on the map. And I'm going to get targeted, which is fine. It's kind of what I'm here for. That Slayer is going to be my target. Never mind, this Warrior Priest is going to be my target. Annoyingly, I've just been snared by everything under the sun. Right, I'm just going to switch to Wrecking Ball. No one's doing any snaring, so they're just running around all willy-nilly. And hopefully... I got snared again. What snared me that time? Looks like it was something that shouldn't have been able to snare me. Because the Bright Wizard was nowhere to be seen. So I spent a bit of time in the Inevitable City just then. Just looking at some new gear. And I bought some gear ready for when I start dinging, to get a slightly higher level. Come on, hit him. There we go. Get my dots off on this guy. And he's down. There's a fair few enemies over there. Let's Wrecking Ball them. Let's do touch a rock. Oh, I'm running low on health very quickly. Nice. That happens. Top damage there. Almost double damage. The nearest person to me is a level 1 Marauder. Nice to see Marauders at the top of the pack. And they're going to run straight back into the action. So good if I didn't run straight into the action. They've taken the middle point. And I don't have enough support to do anything about this. But it looks like they are too scared and they're just going to run away. The Knight of the Blazing Sun, I was going to say, is my priority just because he's a slightly lower level. Yeah, so just got to just DPS this guy down. A little bit of a emergency, just going to pop my monstrosity just to get a bit of a heal. And then back into my claw. And then I can melt him with my morale. Go. I think that was a double killing blow from me. Kind of want to cap the points. The cap is now ours. We are now winning on points. This guy is going to be my priority, the Slayer. They tend to be quite dangerous if you leave them be. Keep forgetting I have my healing debuff skill I can use as well. This Slayer is now my next target. He's a level 15, so he's slightly more of a bigger target. And I am probably going to die here. Yep, there we go. Thank you for the... There you go, always say TY for the res. Not going to rush straight in, just kind of want to proc my self-heal. Looks like it's not procking. Come on, proc my self-heal, please. There we go, it's procced it. There is a rune keeper, the rune priest, for some reason in the middle of the fight. He has got a guard, but his guard is nowhere near him. His guard is over there attacking our Disciple of Cain. That's a relatively easy kill. I am being focused again. See if I can at least get away from the damage. So these guys, they're just spamming their normal heals. They throw a couple dots or hots out. They're going to do a lot more healing. But I don't know much about healing. This wasn't my main for many years. It would be nice if they just threw some hots out every now and then. So you've got some heals over time. So I have to switch to Monstrosity again, just to try and give myself some self-sustain. But this is not looking promising. Nope. And straight back, we'll jump back into action. Didn't take long to get back into the action. They pushed us pretty much back into our spawn. See if I can get this guy before he gets too close to the enemy. He gets a heal. There you go. He's down. That guy spamming his AoE does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. Okay, another Slayer. And I am not getting the heals I'd like. And that is me going down. I might be able to survive this if I can keep my... No, can't survive that at all. That's nice that they res. So we are probably going to... Well, we are going to lose this. We can't really cap this back in time. I get that the healers have got a lot of heals using inverted commas, but they don't seem to be putting it on anywhere that makes sense. They've got a lot of heals, but maybe it's just because they have too much damage. If you look at the damage, they have a lot in the top 10, and our next person to me is pretty far below. It's a shame. We had a good party there. I was expecting to actually win that. But they did have some big damages, like that White Wizard and that Slayer. That Slayer hit hard with his... You just spam his AoE and that hit like a truck. But that's another scenario done. I'm going to probably do a couple more. Well, hopefully if the people stay online. And it remains busy. So here we go. Another scenario. This one popped a lot quicker than I expected. So I'm not complaining. So some gear I've got ready waiting for me is level 14. I've got 2 weapons to change into. Level 15 I've got the start of the obliterator gear. 15, 16, 17. Which is the tier 2 set. Sorry, I just got a message. Tier 2 set. And then I've got some random items I picked up from one of the vendors. Just there. It's a couple of people just attacking us from behind. Probably focus on these guys rather than running away. But they've got a lot of healers there. This is their entire team. There's not really any... Nobody's focused on a certain person. Quite surprised how long the shamans lasted, to be quite honest. But I'll stay here as long as I can, try and assist the shaman. However, that's not the best idea because I'm about to go down. And straight back into the combat. Annoyingly, this is directly outside our spawn, so they hit our spawn straight away. I'm just going to run straight onto the point and try and defend it. And this person's not going to expect this. There we go, and that person's down. Oh, it's a really annoying Slayer again. The annoying Slayer hasn't got a guard or anything this time, so he should go down relatively quickly, in theory. Oh, never mind, he's got his entire team there. I was going to say he's not got a guard, so he doesn't need a guard when you've got an entire team next to you. As this is directly outside our spawn, I'm not going to expect to take... It's not going to take me long to get back to the action. I'm not going to go straight into that, because that is a meat grinder, and I will die instantly. If I was a ranged or maybe a healer, like a shaman, I'll try and poke away at that. But they just jump straight down into the meat grinder. I do want to cap the point back. Not too worried about being top DPS. It's probably going to happen anyway. Yep, of course that White Wizard managed to hit me. It's a really obnoxious sound, that White Wizard, actually. That spell. You can't attack through this statue. Line of sight. What a miracle. Hey, it's him. It's quite a good shaman, this, actually. Quite a good healer. Quite a good healer. As we've taken this point, probably going to stick around with the shaman and this chosen. And just hope for the best. Looks like our guys are fighting at this point over here. Hardcore parkour. Awesome, you can jump over it. Look at the kill feed. I've got the kill feed here. So, wherever that is, this Slayer has done a lot of kills. Obviously, I'm not even on here. I've got 2 deaths, 0 kills. But it's based on your killing blows rather than damage dealt. And who's in here? That Bright Wizard. Bright Wizard's going to be obviously my target. Should be relatively squishy. And shouldn't need to use my morale on the Bright Wizard. Get all my dots on him. Once all my dots are on him, I will then use my morale. There we go. Got no good gear from that. No good drops. Not expecting good drops from Scenarios, to be quite honest. Looks like they wiped us at the other flag. So obviously it's mob mentality. Everyone just kind of clumps together and hopes for the best. Still top DPS. It's okay. I haven't really done much this scenario. Just kind of run around in circles. Hopefully as we're going past their spawn, we can actually find some enemies to fight. Unless we're just going around counterclockwise. So they're going to run down here. We're going to cap this. And there's going to be no fights from me. Because I'm no longer top DPS, which is big sad. There is a Swordmaster in here at least. I'll take that. Then maybe get some damage off before it dies. That wasn't enough to pop me on top. But looking at the scoreboard, it's doing okay. We should win this. if we can hold this point down here, but no one's fighting on it. I'm overcritical when I do scenarios, because I just look at other people's numbers and I'm like, you should be better. When they're playing the game, there's nothing wrong with how they're playing the game. I used to play this game a lot when I had a few drinks. I was a bit tipsy or drunk. I was terrible. So obviously people back then were like, oh, you're terrible, be better. And nowadays, I'm also like that, but I've chilled out a fair bit. At least I like to think I've chilled out a bit. This is one tanky Slayer. Jeez, that was very tanky. I know, obviously he had... Did he have a guard? No, he didn't have a guard. That was quite interesting. Just very tanky. Oh, he had the Iron Breaker giving him buffs. We could very well lose this. Unless we cap another point. Because we're not going to win via kills. Oh, okay, we still... Okay, I misjudged that. It still ticks up even if we only own 1 point. So as long as we own this 1 point over here, we should win. So I'm just going to go sit on it now and wait till we win. Thrilling, I know. Really thrilling. We'll jump into the next scenario. See you shortly. We've walked into an RVI area and looks like Nordland is a bit busy. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much here because I am on my own and there's a lot of them here. Hopefully we can take maybe one of them out. That'd be nice. Archmage is going to be almost impossible to kill. He's potted as well. He's not going to be killable, unfortunately. I am in the wrong weapon. Let's change back to my claw. And maybe I can at least kill this warrior priest. There, warrior priest down. Why am I up here on my own? Where's the rest of my team? They were literally just behind me. Okay. Oh, they literally ran away over there because there's a couple of them. That is fine. So there's an Archmage and 3 Warrior Priests. That's a lot of healers. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm going to try and stay here until ideally maybe a scenario pops. So this, which I made a mistake. Big mistake. And he gets assists. Yeah, he gets help, doesn't he? So that would have been an easy win for me if the healers didn't come and help. TY. Would be nice if he was healing rather than talking about his so-called power. Right, there is an Archmage here. Do they want a 1v1? Level 10 against level 4. That's not a fair fight at all. I'll keep an eye out for this Witch Hunter. A little bit sad that healer didn't try and heal. He just tried to do DPS. Watching you, Ebnaz. Calling you out for just not being a good team player. But you could easily put some heals on this Witch Elf right now. Okay, now you put a heal on her. Just a bit. Just a bit. As I say in my line of work, just a bit jack. Just not really much of a team player, really. And if I can focus on this Witch Hunter. He's got all of the heals under the sun on him. Let's see if I can get him low. I can use my morale. Okay, morale almost had him. Okay, wasn't expecting to live there anyway. But yeah, this is what you get for getting Probably some of these are probably cross realmers. They probably jump ship. They see that one side is winning, so they just pop over to their character on order, or vice versa. But there, that's if you probably use these cannons. Might be able to do some. Cause these cannons do a lot of damage if you've never used them before. If you can get the distance right. But yeah, fair bit of damage. 400 damage per shot. You can do quite a lot of shots relatively quickly. And so I was wondering where the rest of destruction were, because we're not outnumbered, according to this. And they were all hiding around here. There's not much I can do against those, unfortunately. Unless we either push or they get really, really greedy and they push as well. So it's just be a game of cat and mouse. Nobody wants to push the other. I could probably kill this guy, actually. With a bit of an assist with people behind, because Archmages are a pain. Oh, he's got another healer healing him. Never mind. But okay, the other healer ran away. I'm more interested in this scenario, to be quite honest, than doing this type of content at the moment. Just because it's a bit bland in tier 1, I find. And that should be me able to join the scenario. I'm out of combat. Should be out of combat. There we go. Right. This will be the last scenario for the video. So hopefully this is good. Good scenario. Blood of the Black Khan. So this is one we did earlier and we lost. So we lost the crossroads and they essentially pushed our spawn. I am going to stay in this party because I've got 2 healers in my party. Doesn't mean I'm going to get heals, but it's fingers crossed, really. Squig Herder, Zealot, Shaman, and a tank. Okay, nobody going to cap the flag. Who has he decided to guard? He's decided to guard a Zealot. Interesting choice. It's not who I would have guarded. And it's got one Bright Wizard. That was overpowered. Bloody Slayer again. It just doesn't die. Oh, Warrior Priest in the middle of the fight. I will get my morale any second now. If I can get him low enough. Yes, that's at least the Warrior Priest down. Let's back out of here. I accidentally moved my... what's it called? My healing pots off my bar. So I just use my action pots for now. And just try and stay in the fight. I know I'm waiting on tanks at the moment, but I'm just putting dots in them. Dots tend to do the job for a while. And Knight of the Blazing Sun, not too interested. Let's try and take out this Shadow Warrior, who's somewhat AFK. Okay, I'm going to leave the Shadow Warrior. If they are AFK, someone else can deal with them. Let's put a snare on him. There we go. Easy. Let's move my pots back onto my bar. That was a bit annoying that it was off there. He's still got a guard on a Zealot, which is not standing there. Right. All we need to do is hold this middle pot, the crossroads, and we win. In theory. Let's bust the kneecaps. Played with him before. And I'm not sure where the entire team's running off to. So See if I can maybe take out this Knight of the Blazing Sun before. There we go, happy. And this, potentially this Warrior Priest. Morale, got him, good. And then I would normally use my charge just to get out of this sticky situation, but I should be okay. Let's get this Slayer. Snared him. He's got his healing debuff on him. Now just spam my dots. And this should be him. Yeah, he's down. What is this Warrior Priest doing? I admire his courage. Yeah, we just need to hold this position and we win. Happy that the Squig Herder's doing well. Don't tend to see very many Squig Herders in tier 1. Well, at least I haven't since I've been playing again. Let's give him a reduction to his toughness. He's got a lot of heals on him, so he's not going to be that easy to take out. There's a healer there. There's another healer. Let's see if we can take this guy out. He's level 14, so he might be a bit tanky. Okay, or not. Won't be able to take him out. There's a lot of them there. Just going to use my charge to get away. Morale to kill that guy. Just to kill still and to get him off the off our back line. Kind of being focused on the archers here, the rangers. Shadow Warriors, I should call them. That's level 14, so I have this new skill. Target losing control of their magic and for 10 seconds will inflict corporal damage whenever they deal magic. That's pretty good against mages. So I'll keep that in my back pocket for when I fight a mage. Alright, so I want to focus on the Slayer, not the Ironbreaker. I am now being focused. I'm stunned. And I'm dead. Where is this? Lock this. It's for Squig Herder, not for me. So we can try and... Boom. See if we can try and take out this. I'm in the wrong form. I would have had him then as well if I was in the right form. At least the Warrior Priest died there. Let's drop a morale on this guy. I'm being focused pretty heavily here. Let's run away. Not towards an Ironbreaker because the Ironbreaker will kill me. You know what? The Ironbreaker's running away now. Okay, Slayer's my priority. Giving him a heal debuff. And he's got the... He does... he takes damage whenever every time he uses a heal or any magic. Choose a... I needed that, but I probably didn't need it. Actually, physically needed... if I can get my words out. Who's he guarding now? He's guarding a Squig Herder. Okay. Interesting. Okay, that's the scenario over anyway. We will win any second now. There we go. Nice, the Squig Herder beat me. I'm happy about that. Good to see a Squig Herder do quite well. So he got good damage. Beat him on protection. So, good death blows. Nah, I'm happy about that. That was a quite good, good scenario actually. I did have a lot of low levels beating on the tanks for some reason. I was also beating on the tanks, but there's only so much I can do without a guard. But that's level 14. So we'll end this episode here. With haven't finished tier 1. I'm getting pretty close to finishing tier 1. I believe it's up to level 16. So I've got one more level really until I'm out of tier 1. I have got a few new items I can now use. Well, they're still fighting outside a war camp. It's good to see. So I have now got... I didn't mean to need that before. Never mind, it's mine now. So I can now wield these two absolute Goliaths of... hold on, definitely holding on to that because it's from one of the mobs. Yeah, so I've now got 2 new weapons. Should increase my DPS by a little bit. So only level 14, so I've got one more level, well, really 2 levels until I'm out of tier 1. So hopefully that'll be one more video and then I'll be moving on to tier 2/4. I'm ideally just going to be doing most of this in scenarios, so hopefully the next video that'll be up, just looking at, will be up soon, will just be me doing scenarios all the way up until tier 2. That is my intention. But if you made it this far through the video, thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. I do hope you have a wonderful day and hope you see Rothmers in the next video. Have a good day. Peace out.